I'm J-Star. Welcome to ZooTeens!
Rules.
1. Be in your ZooTeen uniform. This includes your name badge.
2. Make sure your hair is tied back. 3. Make sure you're not wearing any dangling jewelry or any jewelry on your hands. 4. Do not wear strong scents or perfumes.
Oh hey Kat, I'm just in the middle of my ZooTeen shift and not on a break.
Oh my god, nuh-uh.
You wouldn't believe
And
it.
finally, keep your cell phone off and away.
Hi everybody, my name is Noah, and today will be your introduction to hedgehog animal handling. So to start off, whenever you are handling a hedgehog, you will have in front of you a choice bin, which gives your hedgehog the option to either be touched or not touched. If it is on the open side of the bin, the hedgehog is allowed to be touched. If it is on the closed side, you will not allow touching from the visitors. Now, to encourage touching, oftentimes a specialist or staff will put mealworms in the touch side of the bin. And I believe we are ready for our hedgehog. Now, before you are given your hedgehog in your crate, make sure that you will always have a pair of gloves on both hands. Okay. Right here we have Nancy, and when you have your hedgehog out for touching, you are responsible for two things, and that is 1, monitoring touching, and also the animal stress. Before allowing touching, always touch the hedgehog before the visitors. If their spines seem to be facing upwards or they are huffing, don't allow touching until the hedgehog feels more comfortable. For touching, you will always guide to do the back of 2 fingers and gently go down the back of the hedgehog.
Signs of stress.
Signs of stress for a hedgehog include huffing, excessive movement, jumping, climbing, as well as biting. If your hedgehog starts biting, alert staff right away and take them off of contact. Self-anointing is a standard behavior for hedgehogs. It is when it starts foaming at the mouth and will be licking its sides. It is simply just laying down its scent on its own body. It is no sign of stress and no concern. Simply stop touching until the hedgehog is finished anointing itself. Your tortoise will be brought to your bin by an animal specialist or staff. Here we have Boomer. Whenever you have a tortoise out for handling, you are responsible for 2 things, and that is 1, guiding touching from visitors, as well as monitoring stress. For touching, you always want to guide visitors to use 2 fingers and gently go down the shell of the tortoise. You should always be making sure that the tortoise's head is facing away from visitors. When you need to pick up your tortoise, you want to guide 4 fingers below the shell and put your thumbs on top. Lift, turn the tortoise away from the visitors, and gently set them down, and only pull your hands away after the tortoise has settled on the ground. The tortoise may kick their feet when you pick them up. Don't worry, just make sure that you keep a firm grip. And always remind the public to wash their hands after touching the tortoise. And you also must monitor the tortoise for signs of stress. Signs of stress for tortoises include gaping, which is when they open their mouth for extended periods of time. The general rule is more than 30 seconds. You also want to watch out for excessive movements and also staying in their shell for extended periods of time.
So sometimes your turtle may be smaller, and so you want to treat it the same way by holding them the same exact way, and they're in a choice bin so they'd be able to be touched or not touched. So animal specialist would bring your snake. So this is Dexter, and you will be placing the snake on the perch. So gently go from body onto the perch. So on body first, and then move his head on. So you are an extension of the branch, not grabbing or supporting, but supporting the snake. So demonstrate touching by guide with direction of the scales with 2 fingers going down the scales for the public. So feel free to pause touching to readjust your snake. So monitor your snake while it's on its break. Remind visitors to wash their hands after touching. You are also responsible for monitoring the snake's signs of stress. Signs include gaping, excessive quick movement, and falling off the perch.
You can ask a TL or specialist,
Program animal staff,
or a ZooTeen supervisor.